Hello, welcome to my video. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys my physical collection of PlayStation games, and then I'm going to be rating them all 1 through 10, see how good they are in the grand scheme of things. So starting right away with Marvel Spider-Man, this game really makes you feel like Spider-Man. Oh my god, you're like a superhero. No, but for real, sorry. I'm a little sick. It might be from drinking puddles of rainwater in my driveway. Who knows? You never know. But this game, you get a huge variety of different gadgets to use. The combat it flows so nicely. It's very authentic. Everything about this game, almost everything about this game is pretty good, I would say. But yeah, there's a multitude of different Spider-Man suits you can unlock, and they all have their own different abilities. And so yeah, it's overall a really good game. 0 out of 10. Alright, next, Fallout 4. This game is fun. Might be a little hot take here. Not even. It's definitely a hot take, because I know for sure that it is. Because everybody loves Fallout 3 in New Vegas, but this is actually my favorite Fallout game. 0 out of 10. Okay, Payday 2. Now, in this underrated piece of shit, you get to get your health bar raped by a multitude of different types of enemies. So that's fun. 0 out of 10. Actually, negative 0 out of 10 for that one. Oh, okay, this is actually the best game ever made of all time. And if you disagree, you are objectively wrong. 0 out of 10. Let's see here. Rainbow Six Siege. Oof. One of the most tactical shooters, I have to say. Look, if you're playing Rainbow Six Siege, that's basically a simulation for being in the SWAT team. Like, you're basically SWAT training at that point, because this game is just so authentic and everything about it is just super realistic, but 0 out of 10. Okay, next we have Crash Bandicoot The Insane Trilogy. 3 games that are all better than Spyro. 0 out of 10. What's this? Ooh, God of War Ragnarok. See, this is a really good game. You gotta play it on Father's Day, or else you won't get the full experience. You gotta play through the entire game on Father's Day. If you don't finish it, you're gonna have to wait until Father's Day on next year to boot it up again, because that's actually just the rules. Santa Monica even said so themselves. 0 out of 10. I dropped it. Dying Light. So this game's pretty awesome. You get to literally play as a crane on a construction site, where you're picking up stuff and putting them in stuff, stuff that cranes do. But you also get to drop kick zombies. And that's not a thing you get to do very often in video games. So I think we'll give this one a 0.5 out of 10. All this fucking trash. Sonic Frontiers, overall, it was kind of a disappointment for me, but it's not nearly as bad as a lot of other games in the Sonic franchise. There's been some installments that were sort of just like, Sega was like, oh, we take this, slap it onto that, and slap this, and then put this in there and mix it all to that. And, yep, the fans are gonna love this dumb shit. But this game wasn't as bad as some of those. It wasn't as good as I was expecting it to be. You could say that the advertisements were kind of false advertising. They didn't actually lie about anything or say anything false, but they just hyped it up way too much than it deserved to be hyped up, so I would count that as false advertisement. Negative 5 out of 10. What's this? Oh, Sonic again. You see, this game is actually 60 games. Negative 60 out of 10. Watch Dogs Legion. Okay, you can never go wrong with a pig mask. And he's holding like a skull thing. Like, this is so badass. I'm gonna have to give it like a 1 out of 10 just for being so cool. Dying Light 2. Oh, see, this is exactly like, well, no, it's not very much like the other game, but it's pretty much the other game. You still get to drop kick zombies, but this time you basically have superpowers that let you defy the laws of gravity anytime you want, so that's cool. 0 out of 10. What's this? Ragnarok? Oh, yeah, see, this God of War game is basically the last God of War game, but just slightly improved in every single conceivable aspect of the game, so we're gonna have to give it a 0 out of 10. Resident Evil Village. See, this is where they weren't trying to scare you. I mean, I never get scared. I got balls of steel, but they weren't trying to scare you, but they were trying to make you have more fun. But it actually led to less fun than the prior game in the franchise, Resident Evil Biohazard. So I'm gonna have to give it a Resident Evil 8 out of 10. Um. Oh, see, we were just talking about this game. See, this game has Jack Baker, and he's kind of invincible. 0 out of 10. Actually, we'll give it a Resident Evil 7 out of 10. Let's see. Mafia. So in this, you play as an innocent cab driver in the streets of New York, and then you somehow easily get recruited by these mafia guys. Very little effort. They just get in your car and they're like, drive us away from the cops. We did bad things. They don't ever elaborate on what they did, by the way. They could have raped a prostitute. That's kind of fucked up if they did that. And then next thing you know, your character's all like, wow, being a taxi driver kind of sucks ass. I want to be a mobster, and let me speak to the Don. And then they're like, okay, you talk to the Don, and then next thing you know, like, one day later, you're the Don's best friend and, like, his best man, I guess. And he puts you on all the jobs. I'm gonna have to give it a definitive 0 out of 10. Okay, Mafia 3. See, this caught my eye because we were just talking about the last game. This game is actually just fucking garbage. It is very repetitive, very nonsense. The story starts off very strong, actually. I was very engaged in the story within like the first 2 hours of playing, and then as I kept playing, I realized that this game was literally just repeating the same fucking things over and over again. Mundane objectives that aren't even fun. There's like no joy to be found in this game. Other than like the intro and the first couple of missions, that's like the most fun you're gonna have. So yeah. I'm actually going to give this a negative 5,000 out of 10. Saints Row 2. So in this game's kind of unique. I often hear it described as Grand Theft Auto's wacky cousin. Excuse me. I was burping my cousin's dick out of my mouth. Because when I said cousin, it just reminded me of when I had incest sex with my cousin 5 years ago. And I can still taste his dick. But this game, you literally get to smoke crack out of a light bulb. What more do you want? Like, I don't even need to tell you anymore. 10 out of 10. You literally get to smoke crack out of a light bulb and then go and have sex with prostitutes. What is the... Okay, look. There's no issues with that game. I don't understand what went wrong with the Saints Row franchise. Metro Last Light. This game's pretty good. I like the Metro games, actually. I kind of hold them on a pedestal. They're very good. I think this one is significantly better than the newest one, Exodus, which is saying a lot, actually, because I think that game's awesome, too, but it just doesn't live up to this one, in my opinion. 0 out of 10. What's next? What do we have here? Far Cry 2. Okay. The clunkiest fucking game ever. So if you're trying to aim to the left, your character most likely will be aiming upwards. And if you're trying to aim to the right, he most likely will be aiming down. And also, the sensitivity is fucked. You can't even change the sensitivity, but for some reason, the vertical sensitivity... No. The vertical sensitivity is a lot lower than the horizontal sensitivity. So anytime you're trying to aim at all, it's like your character is just having a stroke, or he just doesn't know what to do with the gun. He's just like panicking or something. But there are some aspects of this game that I really enjoy. Like, I like the realism in this compared to some of the other Far Cry games. It would be nice if it actually had a working stealth mechanics, but I like how your guns can jam. I think they should actually bring that back to the Far Cry franchise, because I think that's an awesome addition. I think it just makes it feel so much more authentic. But yeah, what do we have here? Deus Ex. Human Revolution. Once again, this game, in my opinion, is better than the newest one. Mankind Divided, which again is saying a lot because I think very highly of that game as well. But you get to play as Adam Jensen, and he's like, Sergeant, don't you fucking understand that society fucking sucks, and you're putting me on these endless missions for no reason, and it's all gonna lead to a dead end. And then his boss is like, Adam, shut the fuck up and get out there on the battlefield. And he's like, sir, yes, sir. And then he goes, 0 out of 10 for, I forgot what it was called. Deus Ex. Okay. This is actually, in my opinion, the worst Assassin's Creed game in the entire franchise. I have not played Odyssey or Valhalla yet. Valhalla looks terrible. Odyssey looks kind of promising, even though it basically is a copy and paste of this game, but it has Norse mythology, or Greek mythology, whichever one it has. I think it's Greek. It has Greek mythology, so it can't be that much of a letdown. But yeah, I literally played this shit for like 7 hours the day I got it, and then I was just like, I never want to play this again. And then I uninstalled it, and I never played it again. Negative 5,000 out of 10. Ugh, I'm dying. Far Cry 6, another Far Cry game. You literally get... You get a handicapped wiener dog. What is not to love about this game? You get handicapped wiener dogs. That's very enthralling. That's like the most enthralling thing that has ever been captivated in a Far Cry game. So we're going to have to give that a Far Cry 6 out of 10. Grand Theft Auto 4. This underrated piece of shit is a lot better than its predecessor? No. I can't think of the fucking word. The predecessor is the one that comes before it. The one that comes after it, though, Grand Theft Auto 5, you know, I can kind of excuse it, because the reason is a lot of people don't know that this game is like 10 times better than GTA 5. It's better than GTA 5 in like every single aspect of the game other than graphically, which is all people actually give a shit about nowadays, because they don't actually play the games nowadays. They just fucking look at them and they're like, whoa, it looks so realistic. But that's the reason nobody knows this game is better, because they've never actually fucking played it. Like, people these days don't understand that this is also a game. Grand Theft Auto 5 is not just Grand Theft Auto. South Park, The Fractured Butthole. See, this game really fractures my butthole, so we're going to give it a 0 out of 10. What's this? Modern Warfare 2? Well, I would be giving this a 0 out of 10 if it wasn't for Call of Duty's latest release, which is Modern Warfare 2, but, you know, not actually the real Modern Warfare 2. Kind of a remake, but why would you remake something good and turn it into garbage? I have no idea. That is beyond me. I can't fathom it. So just because of that, just because Call of Duty decided to remake this game, or reboot it, or whatever the fuck, it's not even a reboot if it has a number in it. They don't even know what they're doing. But it's got to be a remake. But it's also not a remake, because it doesn't follow anything from this. I don't understand. All right, well, whatever. I would give it a 0 out of 10, but because Call of Duty decided to make another one of these and call it Modern Warfare 2 and make it worse, just because of that alone, I'm going to have to give it a 5 out of 10, just so it has its own ground there. Mad Max. I've never actually watched any of the Mad Max movies. I've watched like 5 or 10 minutes of Fury Road. I got kind of bored. I can't really sit through movies, but this game is awesome. I really like this game. 0 out of 10. Why is there a fucking... What? There's hot talk. Okay, I'm not even gonna question. What is this? Is this a bunch of grimy bunk too? What is that? I don't know. Should probably stop touching it. So in this game, okay, look. Let me give you a comparison. In the new God of Wars, Kratos is like, do 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 do. But in the old God of Wars, he's like, so this game's pretty awesome. You get to kill your own dad. You literally beat his face into a pulp. You beat your dad's face until he doesn't have a face anymore. And that's kind of what Kratos is all about. In the older era of God of War. So we're going to have to give it a God of War 3 out of 10. The Stick of Truth, the other South Park game. Hey, let's make a South Park style dick joke right now. I'll show you my stick of truth. I'll put it in your butt. There we go. Oh, sorry, I forgot to rate it. 0 out of 10. Saints Row the Third. Worst game in the franchise? Well, sorry, I mean worst real game in the franchise. The new one doesn't fucking count because it's not even Saints Row. I don't know what they were doing with that. I'm pissing myself off talking about this shit. Okay, we'll give it a Saints Row 3rd out of 10. Grand Theft Auto 5. This overrated piece of shit is a very good game. Give it a Grand Theft Auto 5 out of 10, I guess. Dragon Age Inquisition. I don't remember anything from this shit. I remember thoroughly and consistently not enjoying it. That's about it. So we'll give it a negative 9,000 out of 10. Uncharted 4. Okay. This game, look at all this shit. Look at all that shit. Coffee stains? Okay. You know, I haven't actually, like, I haven't seen this case in, like, 3 years. I don't know what happened. But this game, okay, back on track. This game has Crash Bandicoot in it, and you literally get to manually play Crash Bandicoot within this game, so that automatically makes it the best game of all time. So I'm going to give it a resounding 0 out of 10. Hitman Absolution. Best Hitman game in my opinion, even though the disguises are kind of useless, but I kind of prefer that. Okay, one of the main complaints about this game is that the disguises are useless because if you get too close, people will get suspicious and they'll be like, I guess, seeing through your disguise. But to be honest, I heavily prefer that over the system they have now, where you basically, if you can walk around, put on any disguise, and you're basically just overpowered at that point. It's very OP. Like, you're just invincible. You just put on a disguise, no one will ever be able to tell. You just walk around and you can just go wherever. I mean, obviously you need certain disguises that correlate to certain places to let you go in, so you're not restricted and shit. But if you're in a place where the disguise you're wearing isn't restricted, then you're basically invincible. You can walk around, no one will detect you in the newer games. That's why I actually prefer this system. I don't know what the deal is, but yeah, 0 out of 10. Dishonored. This game is a fast-paced stealth game. Sounds badass. Yep, it is badass. It's actually very badass. 0 out of 10. The Last of Us Part 2. Fucking thing. Oh, this is long overdue. I should snap this fucking piece of shit. Hold on a second. It won't break. Fuck you. Hold on. I'm gonna get it. Why is it so flexible? Look what I did. Why is it so flexible? But yeah, this one too. That one won't break either. They're not gonna break. I guess Neil Druckmann knew that people were gonna try to fucking destroy this shit, so he made it indestructible. This game is garbage. I don't want to look at it anymore. I don't want the fucking case. I don't want any of that shit. Anything to do with that game. Oh, look, the real game. Hold on a second. Ooh, this right here is the real game. It makes you feel like you're really surviving. Yep, it's a very immersive experience, and it's a lot of fun. 0 out of 10. For Honor, this is the Gladiator game, and and you get to gladiate. So I'm gonna give it an Honor 4 out of 10. Wrestling game. Okay, this game, you can hit people with stuff, and that's about it. Put them in headlocks or whatever. 0 out of 10. I forgot to put that one away. Splinter Cell Blacklist. This is actually, in my opinion, the only good Splinter Cell game. Like, I played the classics too. They're very clunky, I expected them to be clunky, but I didn't expect them to actually just be not good. Which I know that's going to tip people off. Splinter Cell 0 out of 10. Thief. This is where you play as Garrett McClure.